June 27th, 2019. Tell me what happened. From your point of view, what happened when you was at home when you got that call?
Well, I didn't get the call. I actually got a visit from the detectives. June 27th, 12:34, my sister Felon Smith was killed on the 69th Street Red Line train, retrieving her cell phone while 10 to 12 people stood around on the platform, including the AGB, security guy, and CCA worker on the platform while she was split from the torso and killed on the train tracks.
Okay, what happened when you saw the video of your sister? Did the detectives bring it to you? Or
no, they didn't bring the video to me. I later sent the video within an hour on social media. It hit social media so fast, like every stream, every social media outlet, the video hit, and it was more of a joke, more of a shots towards the victim, which was Felon Smith. It made a mockery of her death and her decision.
Gotcha. Okay, so now July 4th, 2019, 6 days later or 7 days later?
6 days later. It turns into 7 days later because it was after 12. But it was actually celebrating the 4th of July, 2019, a couple of days away from my sister Felon Smith's murder. It was my daughter, Aquila. She was celebrating with a group of friends at a 4th of July celebration, and she took one bullet to the head and attempted to run to the back of her vehicle, where she passed out and later died at that particular moment.
Gotcha. Did they tell you anything about that? Why? Who? Has anybody been arrested for it?
No, the first actual news, when it first actually hit the news, stated that a young man walked up directly to my daughter and fired. But that's not the case. A young man was firing from a parking lot and later on into the street, and there were other people who fired back. So honestly speaking, I don't know what bullet my daughter actually took, if it was the one that was shot into the crowd or the ones that were shot out of the crowd.
Wow, right. Okay, so did any detectives offer any closure for you? Did they contact you?
No. Currently at this moment, I am still fighting two murder cases. Aquila Addison, which is my daughter from June 19th, and my nephew Sincere Cole, who we're gonna later on talk about.
Gotcha. How old was your daughter?
She was 22. She died, but she was murdered 30 days actually from her birthday. She was born June 5th of 1997, and she was murdered July 5th of 2019.
Gotcha. So now your nephew, Sincere Cole, who is your sister's Felon Smith's son, right?
Yes.
And
Yes. My sister who was killed on the train, I was raising her son, Sincere Cole, and he was 15 years old. And he was murdered the day after my birthday, February 12th, on 67th and Western at the Shell gas station. He took 24 bullets.
24 bullets?
24 bullets. 24 bullets.
And he had to weigh a hot, what, 100 pounds?
Soaking wet.
Just turned 15.
Just turned 15 in December 17th.
And they shot him 24 times.
24 times. And I'm still waiting on camera footage. Most things like that, which you discuss often on your show. But I'm still waiting on camera footage. There were over 17 cameras in the area and on the actual gas station. Those are the ones that made the news, that made national news. But there were so many others that did. You know, we have to speak about Floyd Steele, who was also murdered in 2021. He was murdered due to being involved with a young lady and was killed by her ex-boyfriend. So then we had to talk about my cousins. You know, it's been 28 people that I've lost to gun violence in the city of Chicago. Not the outskirts, in the city of Chicago.
Tell me about the one that was actually in your building.
Let's talk about Tay. Before everything got started June 27th, 3 weeks prior to June 27th, two young men who I grew up in the area, who I often stayed at my home, visit with my children. You know, I put them in movies, videos, and stuff like that. one of the young men was shot. He was shot maybe 3 months prior to that, 16 times. And then we speed up to now in 2019, and he's shot one time on the corner of 69th. They ran to my house. He fell over. He died in my arms. His name was Tay. And we often celebrate Tay Day.
Right. Okay, tell me about that day, what you saw happen from your point of perspective, from when you saw what was going on.
With Tay, where actually me and family was in the house, and I had left my door open for some strange reason that day, and all of a sudden the door flew open. One kid come running through straight to my back of my house, and he was like, "They just shot Tay," and I was like, "Oh my God, I'm one of these parents because I've been through what I've been through." You know, this was before my tragedies, but what I've already witnessed in the streets. And I opened up the door and I was like, I'm going out there. You know, I'm going to see about this baby. And when I got out there, you know, he was coming through the door. He fell backwards. He hit the wall. He laid there, and it was like I could see into his soul. Like you could just see his spirit don't die, but you can definitely see into his soul. And one bullet, one shot. One shot killed him, and he had just survived 16.
Just survived 16 shots?
Yes.
Okay, when was the first time you ever seen gun violence living in the city of Chicago?
Honestly, the first time I've ever seen a dead body, I was 11 years old.
Okay.
I was 11 years old. I was going to Henry Oaks Elementary School. Towards Cottage Grove, and that was the first time I ever witnessed a dead body ever.
Oh wow, that had to be traumatic for you.
It was. A young man that I went to school with had his tongue cut. He was murdered and had his tongue cut out of his mouth. And yeah.
OMG, and you was able to see that? I mean, you saw the body?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, would that be the only time?
That was the first time.
Okay.
That's not the only time. I'm 46 done. I've seen a lot of dead bodies. A lot of dead bodies. Each time it's always been, you know, I'm a crybaby. So to see something like that, it hits me hard. But when you see your own people, you know, like we discussed on the way here, the viewing of the bodies at the morgue, I still get flashes of that every 2-3 minutes. Every 2-3 minutes, I can see the flash of viewing my daughter, my sister, my nephew. You know, so those type of things, it's traumatizing. I suffer from PTSD, mental illness. I'm an advocate for it because it's okay not to be okay when you've been hit and face so many traumatic, different things in your life that would cause you to, man, from suppressing. You know, we talk to suppress.
So you was telling me about in 2019 you lost your sister, your daughter. How long were you able to come out of the bed? I mean, literally, how do you wake up every day?
It's still a hard time to get up out the bed today. You know, I had a struggle this morning getting out the bed for this. But God is good. God is good. He's amazing. Like I said, I learned to respect the universe and the time that we get here. Sometimes people are placed here just to be who they are, the people who they are, to come in contact with, to do the things that they do, so that everyone, you know, they can leave something behind. Fortunately, my daughter left a legacy behind at 22. You know, my sister left a legacy behind at 37.
City on fire. Ooh, down to the wire. It's my life in the shy. Ooh, it's my life in the shy.